This is a list of the top 20 travel hotspots in the world. So these are incredible destinations. We have Bahamas, Honolulu, Cancun, Bora Bora, Puerto Rico, Miami, Key West, Bermuda, Rio de Janeiro, Mykonos, Cayman Island, all these incredible destinations. But let me ask you, if you can choose just one to go to right now, where would you choose to go? So let's say they look over it and they decide to go to Belize. And if you could go on this dream trip right now, what time of year would be ideal for you to go? Like, do you have a specific date in mind? And let's say they go for like January 5th. They want to get out of the cold. So that is pretty incredible that you would say that. Because I actually made a prediction in my photo gallery earlier. I placed one photo there that is beyond a shadow of a doubt proof that you would make those exact decisions you did. Now, let me show you. I know you don't believe me, but right here, yeah, take a look in my photo gallery. And right here, you will see, there it is, Belize. I know what you're thinking. David, that is a picture of a beach that could literally be any one of these destinations. No, but seriously, man, that is a beach in Belize. You're not buying this. You want unquestionable proof that this was in Belize, right? Well, did you know that every single photo is geotagged for its location? So if you just swipe up here, you can see exactly what I was saying, that that photo was taken in Belize, the exact location that I knew you would end up at. Unbelievable. But you picked a specific date to go as well, didn't you? Yeah, what was that again? January 5th. You know, aside from geotagging the location of photos, there's also the date and the metadata of when the photo was taken. So if you press back here, can you take a look and you'll see that January 5th, 2023 is when this photo was taken in Belize, proving, as I said, beyond a shadow of doubt, I knew those were the exact choices you would make. And you know what? Let me send this photo to you as a souvenir. This is kind of an offshoot of the birthday gift routine. So it's kind of the same back end. So the input is going to be almost exactly the same. And instead of just altering the date of the photo, we're now also altering the geolocation as well, which is pretty cool. And what's great is this sets up two kicker endings, and we have a really funny routine, in my opinion, because we emphasize the nature of, you know, I'm gonna prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that I predicted this, and you just get a generic photo of a beach. I mean, it's almost an equivalent of like a 52-on-1 gag card, because it's a gag, but then hidden within that photo, you have two incredible kicker reveals that just make this so strong and they don't see that coming. So I do need to say right from the start that this is going to be for iOS 17 and above only. So if you have anything previous to iOS 17, I'm sorry, you will not be able to perform this effect. But you already have your beach photos saved in your Black Mirror Photos folder in your files. That was included in that zip. And now if you look in your PDF, you will see a link to this graphic, which has our top 20 list here. So again, that'll be in your PDF. So you can just click there and print this out. I just, you know, sort of fold this up, put it in my wallet, but if you want, you can laminate it or have it professionally printed, or even have it, you know, printed on like a magazine stock so it looks like it actually came out of a magazine. That's completely up to you, but this is gonna be our top 20 travel hotspot list. So once you have that, there are two versions of the shortcut, just like in Birthday Gift, with the month and then date input, and then also the date and then month input. So we're going to very easily prime this once. So you're just going to bring out your device, you're going to run it, just tap OK, then just do whatever you want. I'm just gonna do 10101, then hit done. We're gonna hit always allow, always allow, always allow, and that's it. We're all set. So that will then save that to our photo gallery, which there it is. And if you looked, that saved it to January 1st as the date. And then when you scroll down here, you'll see we're in the Bahamas, which was number 1 on our list. So it's that easy. You can just delete the photo and you are all set again and ready to rock. So it really is that easy. So again, to start the routine, again, I like to launch that from here. So we'll just have that launched. I can hide that, swipe back over, then tap OK, just like birthday gift. Now my numpad is ready to go. And this is basically the same thing as the birthday gift routine. So if we're doing the month and then date version, for example, for the US, if they say, January 7th and they want to go to Key West, then I'm just going to do 01, 07, and then 10, and that's it. All right, then January 7th, Key West. So it's so simple. We just hand this to them. We say, any of the destinations, where would you like to go? Whatever they say, I just note what number it is. So if they want to go to Tahiti, I just take this back and look, and I see number 11 as I put that away. All right, so now I have that in mind, and then I just say, is there a time of year that you'd like to go? Is there a specific date you had in mind? And then they can say any date. So remember, I just think in 11 in my mind. Then they're going to name any date. So let's say it is December 6th. So now I just know 12/06/11. So I pick this up as I missed call, and my presentation is I want to set up the gag. So I say, this is incredible that you would say that, because I placed a single photo just before here in my photo gallery that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt you would make those exact decisions. And I like to just emphasize beyond a shadow of a doubt, which is ridiculous because it's a generic picture of a beach. So it's December 6th, I think it was, and 11. So I just do 12/06/11, done. And now I can immediately turn this around to show them. I'll feel the phone vibrate to know that it's now saved in the gallery, which takes literally a second. Now I can open photos. We can go into the gallery, and there it is right there, our hilarious picture of Tahiti, or whatever they said. So again, it's just a generic picture of a beach. You want this to get a laugh. Now keep in mind, from this view up here at the top, it's going to say December 6th already. The reveal is going to be up there. So what I like to do is just tap into that, so that goes away, just so they don't get ahead of me. So now I'm showing this, and once I say you want to see a little bit more proof, I say, did you know that every single photo is geotagged? All you have to do is swipe up to see that information. So then we swipe up here, and then if you look down here, it says Tahiti, and the map shows Tahiti too. Now what I like to do here, because again, I don't want them to get ahead of me, I want them to react, but even right above here, it does say the date as well, December 6th. That's going to be right up here near the top. Now there is some separation between that and where they're looking down here, but I don't want them to scan around and see that prematurely. So what I do is I tap into the map and then really show it, so I can zoom out until they can see Tahiti on the screen there to see that it really is that location. So now I can pause here for a moment, again, let that sink in, and then pretend like I'm done, then almost as an afterthought, oh, wait a minute, you picked the date you wanted to go as well, didn't you? Can you remind me what that was again? Again, pretend to forget. And now they're gonna say December 6th. I say, oh yeah, aside from showing you where the photo was geotagged, it also tells you the date the photo was taken. Let's see what date this photo actually was taken. And then you can see right here, Wednesday, December 6th. And now this just gets, an even stronger reaction, and it builds, because the impossibility now goes from a gag to, oh man, 1 in 20 was correct. And now on top of the 1 in 20, we have the 1 in 365. So now we have our thousands of outs in play. And the best thing about this is you end clean. Now, a couple little subtle points here is that one, when you pull back down at the top, this will then add the location. Now it'll say Tahiti, December 6th. So what's interesting is it doesn't say the location until you swipe up to reveal the map, and then swipe down, then it'll show the location there. So it's just, I guess you can call it a discrepancy, like why wasn't it there all along? But I think it's better because, again, when I show in the gallery, I tap on that. I don't want them to see that right away. So it's not really something to be concerned about, but I'd rather them not get a glimpse of that ahead. I'd rather them get the reveal when I want it to, so it builds the way that I'm structuring the routine. So when they slide down here, the other one thing that I'll point out is it does say adjust next to the location and the date information here. Now that is just standard on iPhone. If you go into any photo in your gallery, you'll be able to adjust those settings. So you might be thinking right now, oh, those are things you could adjust. I guess somehow he adjusted that. Okay, but my phone was on the table the entire time. I picked it up. Within 3 seconds, I'm in the Photos app showing it to them. There's no way that in 3 seconds, I was able to find any of the 20 of these locations all across the world, change that in the photo, and go in there and change the date to any of the 365 days of the year. Like, it's impossible. So even though that's there, I mean, in a perfect world, it wouldn't say adjust, but that's just how iOS is. I can't change the system interface. That's not really an issue in the real world because, again, it's not like I'm fiddling with the phone for 5 minutes and then showing them the photo. It happens lightning quick, and that's thanks to how quick the input is, so it's not something to really worry about. And then the reset is just done. You just delete that photo, and you're good to go again. So once again, let's just run this one last time. We'll go to vacation. We'll hide that up. We're ready, so we tap OK. They can choose any city in the world. So let's say they want to go to Key West, and they want to go on August 15th. So I do 0815, and that would be 10, done. So right when I push that in, I feel the vibration, I'm safe to turn it around. Okay, so right when you hit done and you see that numpad disappear, you can immediately turn the phone around as if you're not doing anything suspicious. Then once you feel the vibration, tap on photos, and then there it is right there. We can swipe up. You can see that that is in Key West. You can tap into that, and you can see the date here. And up here is August 15th, which they freely named there.
Now, one of the ways I've been performing this recently is to break up the input. So I would start by asking them, when's your birthday? And let's say they say October 17th. So I'd say, okay, interesting. And have a look here. These are the top 20 travel hotspots in the world. If you were to pick any one of those destinations to go on your birthday, where would you go? And as they're looking over the list, that's when I secretly type in 1017 for October 17th. So now I wait. They were misdirected because they're looking through the list of all the destinations. And let's say now they say Mauritius. So now I reach for my phone, and then all I have to do is just press 18 done, and that's it. So by splitting up the input and using the misdirection of them looking at the list, I only have to enter the date and then the destination, as opposed to entering the date and the destination all at once. So it really feels like the input was done that much quicker, because the only time they should actually see you on your phone is when you're just doing the 2-digit destination input and then hitting OK. And then, of course, in your photo gallery, you would have the destination. So that is how I've been performing recently, but you have options, so do what feels best for you.
So that is vacation, and I think this just goes to show that this methodology for birthday gift / vacation of changing the metadata can lead to some really cool routines. So I can't wait to see how you guys choose to use that. So hopefully we can explore that in the Facebook group. But again, when you think about a confabulation style plot, there's just so much possible here. And I hope you get as much use out of it as I do. It's a perfect everyday carry effect.